What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Jumping in here with a new game. We are finally on the vibe. I think this is it for us. And when I say that, I mean, like, I think we're finally gonna start being able to do stuff. I found some really good games. We're gonna be playing some different stuff off and on. We're not gonna be playing one game, and then you're gonna see a couple different games on the channel with different parts and everything like that. So, with that being said, we are on the fair. We are on the whatever this is called.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you.
So we are playing What Remains of Edith Finch. You might have heard of this. I've seen some other people play it, and I kind of wanted to play, so I found it. I'm just going to start at the beginning with the house. So I won't lie, I did play a little bit through just to kind of get a hang of like the controls and everything like that, and it seems pretty good.
I lived here until
Strange,
I was 11,
but good.
but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
I'll try to be able to be quiet whenever she's saying this stuff, so that.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
So, I just want to say, if you're watching, thank you for watching. So I didn't release the video because, well, I wasn't able to. Actually, I don't know if I did. I don't know if it was in the hockey game or not.
But I saw a few hoof prints.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints. Okay, but I got locked out of my PlayStation account, so I couldn't do anything with YouTube or anything. But I finally got a new account, got PlayStation Plus again. Obviously, I had to reset like everything, but it's alright. We are speed walking through these woods.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Jesus, you're not gonna hear the house. I never thought I'd come back to it.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Now I have questions about my family that only the house had answers to. Okay.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Okay. We right down the little ramp up here to the garage. I think they need to clean up a little bit. America. Okay, anyway.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
What is this, an old boat or yeah. Anyway, it's pretty cool actually to think all this. See, honestly, in real life, most of the stuff would probably be covered in cobwebs and dust and would not look like somebody was here yesterday. Y'all hear that? Okay. Just me.
For the first time in years,
First time in
I
years.
felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
That is one of the biggest, that is the best quote I've ever heard. But instead of a family, there's just memories. I've lost true to a lot of families. You know, I mean, it's sad, but it's true.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our
Except our
cat,
cat,
Molly.
That comes into play later, remember that, cat Molly.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had
That's it.
Chinese a lot.
Yeah, well, good thing Chinese is a good. Actually, we're gonna go this way. Well,
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
it's a little bit creepier with headphones in, because last night I wasn't playing without
It was
headphones.
like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
But anyway, I was playing last night because I just got this monitor, and the monitor doesn't have speakers, obviously. And it was
Nothing in
so
the house
creepy
looked
now that
abnormal.
there's noises.
There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
They did some really good work on this, I'll tell ya. I will say, I hope everybody had a, before I continue, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and holiday. Now we have a month and then it's Christmas.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
It's close by.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
I would have definitely brought some friends to do this.
A lot of
saying.
things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
1947. I like that, that's cool.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
In case this didn't, like, merge together, obviously there's gonna be, like, a jump. Yeah, last night I got tired as hell, and I had to go to sleep, so I cut it off. Ended up going to bed.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary,
Yeah, I don't think
I'll
it
be gone soon,
kept
but
where
I wanted
had
to
it.
tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Yeah, see, they didn't.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
This fucking fat bitch. Just eating everything in the house she can.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
It's probably plastic.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
So I'm just kind of, she's talking a lot, so I'm going to be quiet. Swallowed him up and I didn't chew one bit. And off I go for another fucking rabbit. This is usually where they're at, is in those open fields.
A mama rabbit.
3, 2, 1. You're dead, bitch.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
You see that dive? That was a perfect
I was
ass dive.
hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, and I moved real wild. Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new.
Something I had to have.
So I swam towards it.
Okay, Molly, let's go get it.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was being hit. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Wow. That's not creepy at fucking all.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Alright, so this is Grandma Edie's room.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finchhhhs have been famous. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann. On January 7th, 1937,
he
set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
That house is kind of weird.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. That's the day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Excuse me.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
He was definitely into military, and I could see why he joined the whatchamacallit, military. Oh, he took his off. That sucks.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Ooh,
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better.
I know you're
I think
joking,
you just
boy.
need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I don't know about this bullshit. Don't you know all the white people die in the movies because they go in the basement?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Man, give me that bitch. I'm about to kill a motherfucker with this shit. Whew. Oh shit. Oh. I'll break all this shit. Fuck this shit. Fuck your dishwasher, bitch ass motherfucker. Fuck all this shit up. Fuck all your shit. You about to fucking
The
win,
gang's
motherfucker.
leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Shut the fuck up.
The old fridge rattled.
Okay, we're just gonna let me back up.
Oh dear!
Jesus fuck. Bitch.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious.
Furious.
All I'm getting from you now
is that you're hurt and confused and you're slammed.
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a
bitch,
trick,
don't go up
you're
there.
Dead, Walter.
Don't go up there, I'm telling you. Kill everybody in this bitch. Fuck all these pictures and shit. Fuck all these books and shit. I think you need that to skate.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged
Urged
to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any
and
suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's got
That night,
She got a
she
fatty.
played her part beautifully.
Okay, we gotta act professional.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Stay still, fucking cocksucker.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He
Little
took it all
fucker.
pretty hard.
Could have helped out.
That's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her
Ear.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Shut up. Put that shit right the fuck back where I got it, and bye-bye.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Put that damn key in there. You want me to go down there? Can I have the crutch?
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Can I have a light or something?
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
But that's not true, is it? He was sleeping down here, wasn't he?
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
He was down here the whole time. That sumbitch. Wow.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive the week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
This motherfucker got himself killed.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week.
Or even a single day.
I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Rest in peace, Walter.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Okay, that's just, yeah, it's normal.
Maybe
Yep.
it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought
So,
you should
my
know about
opinion,
your
this game
family.
is very good. This game is very well designed. I think they do a good job at making everything seem
And the history you're a part of.
legit, I guess, to say, and there's a great
Though
storyline.
to be honest, I feel as
Even though
lost
it's
as
confusing.
you probably do right now.
Exactly, that's what I was just about to say. We're lost. That's such a weird thing that she just said that, and I was just thinking, well, this is like, it's definitely confusing.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I think they do a good job at keeping the story going. They know they timed it right whenever to make her talk.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible. think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
That is true and weird. But
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but
the family is just cursed.
the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Five, 6,
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Excuse me, I apologize.
Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Jesus. Milton. Sanjay.
She lost 2 of her brothers,
Liz.
just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
The storyline is amazing. Like, you can feel her loss, I should say. Like, it's like weird. Like, I feel like I knew each and every one of these people with how well she describes them and how well she describes the story. I mean, it's confusing, but it's like, if you just listen, it's kind of a little bit easier to understand.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Wait, what? Okay, that's crazy. She's pregnant. And she's out here climbing the hell out of this place. Oh, right here. Oops.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Oh, I can see it now. I could tell.
They were both pretty intense.
Hold on, 1, 2. I like how they make you visualize that each of character, what they did, what they were into. I mean, you could walk into each one of these rooms and tell what they were into. You know, it's not basic. You could tell that this guy was into hunting and possibly photography. Yep, photography and animals. And you can just see that with what they did to the rooms. So real quick, I just want to say part 2 coming out soon. I do want to